guys, this is mostly for my mom. Also, Lee, you asked about some stuff. So this is my first greenhouse garden homestead is what we doing video. For those who don't know me, my name's Marshall. We've been living in Arizona, my husband and I, for about 3 years. And this is my first year with a greenhouse. I've had chickens for a couple of years now, so we're not really off-gridding. We're not really trying to struggle doing the homestead thing. This is just me doing what I do, retired, as a hobby kind of thing. But this is my first year with a greenhouse, and I'm very excited because already stuff is happening in the greenhouse. The greenhouse that we have is a Backyard Discovery Willow model. And I'll give you a brief tour of the greenhouse in just a moment. I am currently sprouting various greens, lettuce seeds, spinach, kale, and Swiss chard. And we're seeing how things work. But I'll give you a bigger tour of the greenhouse now just so you can see. So this is our Backyard Discovery Willow. It came in 5 boxes as a kit. My husband and I put it together. When I say my husband and I mean mostly him. He very much over-engineered the foundation for it, but I'm very grateful that he did, because I think the stuff that he did is going to mean a lot for the area that we live in. We chose the location for our greenhouse because this is the south-facing side right here. And I wanted it close to the chickens because if I have scraps and stuff from the garden, it's very easy for me to just put them in there for the chickens to have. The foundation that he did, we have a very high rodent issue here in Apache County. So we have meshing, hardwire cloth that comes out a little over 1 foot all the way around. It also goes up to the sides and is fastened to the foundation. And you can see we've piled in gravel and such underneath to help to insulate the area. But this is strictly just for rodent control. We also have the weed barrier underneath. We will eventually put some type of border around here, or maybe just fill in rocks on the top to make it look a little nicer. I would like to put some kind of border so I can use soil, maybe plant flowers and herbs next to it. We got our steps going here. My husband ran several anchors, both inside and out, that go down into the ground. We have very high winds here. And by anchoring it down into the ground, it'll help make the greenhouse a lot more stable. Ooh. Almost tripped and fell. Right here is the intake for the water spigot that's inside. We don't leave hoses out in the winter because everything up here freezes pretty solid. So we have it capped off right now. There's a vent right here that just allows for airflow, but it can close, which is standard on the Willow. In the back here, you can see we just still have all of the foundation protection for rodents back here. And then on this side, we have some more anchoring. This window right here opens. In the directions, this latch is supposed to be on the inside, but because it gets very hot out here in Arizona during the summer, we're gonna have the window open probably most of the time. And to deter the birds and the rodents and things from being able to get in, we're going to put screen on the inside. So we put the latch on the outside. You also have the fan right here that comes with the Willow. It's on this side opposite of that vent so that when it gets hot in there, there'll be airflow coming through. This right here is an opening for you to allow for electric power to go in either through an extension cord. I'll explain more what we're going to use that hole for when I get inside. So let's go inside. So here is that fan again. And the Willow kit comes with a thermostat. It comes with a power strip and the fan. And you can set the thermostat for whatever temperature you want the fan to cut on, and the fan will circulate air. It will be used in the summer. It won't be used right now. It has a place for the power to come in here so you can plug in that fan's, the power supply. We're not going to be using an extension cord. We're not going to run electricity through here. What we have, and that's what this empty cooler is for, is we have a battery pack that we use, that we charge up. It will eventually have the solar panels with it. We'll run the solar through the opening there. But this battery power right now is running our heat pads. So we don't need the vent right now for that. The Willow also comes with this section of wall right here that you can hang pots and tools on. I think it's really cool. Their power supply that comes with it has USB ports and things in it as well, so you can actually charge things while you're in here. It has a little tray that you can pop down to set a phone on or whatever. Right now our battery is in the house charging, but it goes in here and we run it all night to run the heating pads through that. There's 2 shelving areas, tables in here. I think they call them benches. They're fixed. They don't fold down or anything in the Willow. Right now, I have sprouting my various lettuces in here. And in these containers, I have sprouting I have 4 Swiss chards, some kale, and some spinach. And they are actually starting to sprout in here, which is really cool. We hooked up heating pads underneath to keep it warm at night. We get down into like 10 degrees or so at night now. So here you can see the inside of the vent. And it opens and closes. We got our water spout right here that we will eventually hook up during the warmer months. I brought in a bucket here so that I can try to grow radishes, various different types of radishes here. I also put a row of bok choy right here. I don't know if it'll sprout because I can't really put heating pads underneath it. We're just going to see. This is going to be my first season with a greenhouse. So I'm not going to try to do anything crazy. I'm only looking at things that should grow well in cold temperatures anyways. Like your leafy greens. Radishes don't take that long to sprout and grow. So we're going to see what we can do in there. We're not going to put any additional heat in here right now because we don't think it's necessary. We're going to use the heat pads at night just to keep the soil from freezing on these items here. And then it'll be interesting to see next month when I start seed starting for my spring crops that will be outside and will grow in here for the spring and summer crops. So that is my intro to my Backyard Discovery greenhouse. I'm going to be making videos to just journal my first season with the greenhouse with my garden as I go to build my garden outside. I'm going to have some garden beds behind the greenhouse here that we're going to use for some outdoor gardening for my beans and peas and things like that, squashes, things that are too big to grow in a greenhouse as the season comes. So I want to make videos probably once a week, once every 2 weeks, just to keep a journal for myself, really, so that I can look back on it next year and make corrections and things like that. So while I don't expect anybody to really follow this or watch this, that's okay. It's more for me, for a record for me. It's for my mom to be able to stay in connection with what's going on here, because we used to live in Georgia. We moved to Arizona. All of my family is still back in Georgia except for one daughter. So this is kind of just so that people can keep up with stuff, but also just to help me log and journal what I'm doing. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Thanks a lot for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever it is you're supposed to do as a YouTube thing. If you have ideas on how to grow in northern Arizona in a greenhouse, if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. I will read them because I don't know what I'm doing. Thanks a lot for watching. Goodbye.